little dark. Okay. Hello and welcome to I Love Sketchup, starring me, Eric Taryn Mullins, the illustrator of the hour. I'm going to be drawing request mashup drawings for anybody who wants them. And while I wait for a couple of minutes for the lobby to fill up, I'm going to keep working on my pinup drawing of one of my comic book characters. Her name is Phage. I'll have to apologize in advance as my cat is... At this time of day, my cat goes crazy and just wants attention and wants me to play with her, and so I usually do. But I almost forgot to do my live streaming session today, as I have so many things on my mind. I just finished page 14 and 15 to my issue 5 to my comic book, so I really wanted to get that done today, and I didn't think about doing anything. I didn't even eat anything. I didn't do anything. I just work. It's classic me, what I do. Alright, let's see here. This and this. Good. Bramble, good. Alright. Now I just have to make my way on. I'm doing all her bramble. Make it look kind of like vines and stuff. I can zoom in a little more on that. There we are. Actually, let's have this coming in, like that. maybe I'll finish what I started down here, and then I'll start making my way over there. Adding lines. Pretty much any kind of random lines anywhere that makes this thing look like tree. Vines is what I wanted to say. No, I like that being dark like that. That's cool. I gotta get my reference sheet out for this character. Lorimar, Dominus, Velis, Rome. Where are you? I must have put it away. Oh, I did put it away. Always need my reference. Because right off the bat I can see I don't like this. How like these just go down like that? That's... Like, I know this is supposed to be chaotic, but I'm not going to make it just go straight down. That's super boring. I need it to really be like whoosh, and then this one like over here, and that one can go like that, and I can put that there. I'll work around them afterwards. Like, this one we'll put on top of that one. And let's put it under this one. So if anybody would like an illustration, just write it down in the comment section. And I'll start drawing it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be working on this phage illustration in this issue of I Love Sketchup, which I have no problems with. Like, I mean, I needed to finish this sooner than later. boy, doing this sort of thing really takes a long time. Even though it's very chaotic, so it's not like, it doesn't require a lot of brain power. It's just still, it's long. Well, if any of you want to talk about anything, by all means, I'm super down to chat it up, because that'll make the time go by a lot quicker while I'm doing this. Robert, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? I am doing okay. I don't know, just finished my page 14 and 15 in my comic today, like of my issue 5, so that's fun. I stayed up really late all week doing it because I have to go to like a friend's birthday today, and it's probably gonna tomorrow I'm going, and he lives very far, so it's gonna take up most of my weekend just to go there. I have to crash there and then coming back on Sunday. So I really wanted to get my comic done, my 2 pages done in time, so I basically stayed up till like 2 or 3 in the morning every night working on that. And I pulled it off, and now I'm doing my live stream. Oh, I got you. Other than that, I don't know, man, just drawing every day. Make sure you have fun. You know it. I picture myself going and then seriously just falling asleep after like the first hour of being there. Maybe not though, because I spend so many late nights. If I sleep in tomorrow morning, then I can clearly party until 2 or 3 in the morning, because that's what I'm used to staying up till. But it's going to be fun to hang out and do something. I used to always like, my Wednesday nights are normally my nights where like I'll play board games and stuff with a bunch of friends. And it's been canceled almost every single Wednesday for the past like month and a bit, because just by some chance it's always hailing, so like, or it's like a snowstorm or something like that. So it's gonna be nice to do something other than draw for a few days. Well, I should say a couple, because even then, like when I come home on Sunday, I'm immediately gonna get right back to work. So, Robert, is there anything in particular you'd like me to draw for you today? I was contemplating if I was going to take any requests today, or if I was just going to work on this pinup all day, but, well, for an hour, because I'm so far behind on it. Well, I keep saying that. Once this is done, I think I'm going to start working on my cover page for my comic as my lobby illustration. I think that would work out really well, because it could take me a month or 2 to do it, and that's totally alright. Alright, let's make this larger. Hatsumi Mei. Alright, let me find that. You want another Hatsumi Mei drawing? Boy, you're all about Hatsumi these days. Are you on season 3 of the show or further down the line? Yeah, I watched the whole thing. Yeah, I figured as much. It's pretty sweet, that show. Like, I haven't gotten through season 3 yet. I think I was saying the other day that I'm like still on number 2. I want to watch the rest of it. I'll get around to it at one point. I'm contemplating just watching it without my wife, but I think she'd be really mad if I did that, so I don't know, we'll see. Just we're watching so many things, her and I, and she wants to watch that, so I don't know how long it'll take us to go through it. Currently, I'm watching a certain magical index right now because I knew there was a lot of episodes to it, so I'm like, oh, sweet, I can totally watch this. There's tons of episodes to this, and they're all dubbed, so I can watch it while I'm drawing, but I'm having a hard time watching it. Like, I find there's too many, because I've already gone through, like, the first 2 seasons of it and the first 2 seasons of the Railgun side story, and I'm like a few episodes in the 3rd season, and there's just so many inconsistencies and so many plot holes and so many things they forget about. Plus, the show is called like a certain magical index, and in the 2nd season, I think Index is in it because there's a character named Index. If you've never seen the show, there's a character named Index, and she's in it for maybe like 5 to 8 minutes of actual show, like, airtime the entire season. And in the 3rd season, it's shaping up to be the same thing. It's almost as if the creator made the series and then realized a little ways in that he doesn't particularly like his character he created. So he's like given up on her, and he's like making all these other characters. Oh, I'm watching season 3 now. Yeah, so I'm on season 3 of it too. I've only seen like the first like 5 episodes, or well, more than that. I think I'm on like episode 7. But still, like, I find that there's just, I think that the concept is so cool and there's so many awesome ideas, but it's almost like the writer doesn't know what he wants to do. Like, he has so much he wants to tell, and so he's just like going all over the place on this show. So I want to know, like, Index is basically just at home watching TV all day long, while like Kamijo goes out there and saves the day over and over and helps all these other people out, and she literally doesn't do anything. And the show is called Magical Index, and you never see her do anything. You know, she's got these crazy grimoires, a photographic memory. They don't do anything with that. Yeah, all the time. I know. So like, I really think that the creator of the show doesn't like his main character, and so he immediately made her far from a second. She's not even a secondary character at this point. You know, like, secondary characters are like Railgun and like Misaka, and she has more airtime because of her other series, so obviously you're gonna like her more than you'll ever like Index. And like in the 3rd season, I can't remember her name, but you have like that new like love interest for Kami, like Kamijo. That's like I don't remember her name, but she's part of like that crew. She's got like that trident she fights with. Anyway, whatever. So you have her, and seriously, you like her more than you like Index. And it's not like a show like Toradora or something where, you know what, you'll like these characters, but overall, like, the main character still has some things going for them, so you're like, okay, well, I still kind of like this person, and there's things that they do that makes you think that they're admirable. There's seriously nothing admirable about Index. She's just the worst. But that's because, like I said, I really don't think the writer likes her. I think that he's basically just not into his main character. I think he just doesn't care about her. You know, like, he keeps getting sidetracked. Like, he created Railgun, and then he created, like... And so like you watch the show and you're like, okay, this is super cool, but Railgun was so cool that they're like, oh, let's make a spin-off and tell a whole story about her. And then you're like, okay, all right, spin-off about her. And it's coming to the point where like Magical Index is basically like this in-between show that you watch just to find out what's going to happen to all the other characters other than the main ones. And you even have like, what's his name, like the #1 Esper in the city. Man, sorry, I'm so terrible with remembering names. Anyway, you have him, and even him, man, like, he's got more storyline and background to him than Index has, and that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. He was, like, supposed to be a villain of, like, the first season, where Railgun got all the attention and all the action, too, by the way, over Index. So anyway, like, I'm watching all this show, like, kind of all in one shot right now, because it's while I draw, so I'm really going through it, and that's why I'm, like, noticing all these inconsistencies and all these problems, like, all in one shot, because not normally the thing I feel like it's harder to notice this if you watch it, like, individually. Yeah, the certain shows are awesome. Yeah, there's, like, so many cool things about them that are really great. But yeah, had I been watching them all, like, individually, like, over the years, I think that I wouldn't have noticed it as much as I notice it now, like, watching this show the way I do. All in one shot. Because in one shot, like I said, you really, like, you don't get, like, there's no Index. Index isn't in it at all. She's not really the character, like, that you're, like, if you're watching that show because you think she's going to have anything to do with it, she won't. And she literally gets more and more annoying as the series goes on, so it's like they're trying to make you dislike this girl. Oh. There we go. Alright, so you wanted a Hatsune Mei? Who should I fuse that with? There we go, at least I got some of that bramble done. Whoops. Just close that up. Change my brush. Let's bring this down to, like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20, 15. Maybe Pura. Pura. Oh, from Ruby. Actually, I've got an idea. Let me just grab this Hatsune Mei reference again. It's weird, but this is gonna... I've got a good idea for what I can fuse her with, actually. I'm gonna fuse her with... Railgun. But not specifically Railgun. I'm gonna give her the same uniform. So rather than giving her the... Come on. There we go. I'm gonna give... Hatsune Mei this uniform. So it looks like she goes to this school. I think that'd be cool. Hey Miri, what's up? Oh my gosh, you want attention so bad. Yeah, I know I can't play with you right now. I'm doing my live stream. Alright, let me just type in the names. Thanks. There we go. Save. Maybe I will fuse her with Railgun a little bit more. Let's lower this a bit. I think this is a little too high. But just by a bit. This head's too small. Actually, I want to move it like about there. Make it bigger. That looks good. Wrong eraser. I think it's a good idea in my drawing, but I don't like the angle. Let me try this again. Ooh. I have a very good computer. It's weird to see it lag like it does. It might be because I have too many like this file might be too heavy right now. I have so many drawings on this file, like I'm not used to doing as many live streams as I do. Alright, I like that. Let's keep the fist like that. Dang it. I don't like this either. I do like that. Let's try putting this a little more on an angle like that. That's actually wrong. There we go. I'm not getting it. It's weird. I'm like not able to do this angle. Like I would definitely need a reference picture to do this properly. So now I'm gonna have to make it up so the anatomy is gonna be all wonky and off. Now in episode 10. Yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet. Let's do it on like an angle like this. Let's make it a little, actually. Can I make it bigger like that? Let's lower that down a little. And actually keep working on my rough sketch because I'm having so much trouble with this drawing. I'm going to try and do a rough sketch on top of this rough sketch. This finger is going to come out a little bit like that. thumb here. Let's draw a better finger than it. There's our coin. That's going to be about here. Actually, Misaka wears shorts under her thing. Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh my goodness, my other sketch was nicer than this one. That's depressing. Okay, all that work for nothing. It's depressing. All right. Let's try that let's try that again. I'll just work on top of this one. Oh my goodness. Did you see the battle of number 1 versus number 2? Yeah, that was pretty cool. But I didn't understand that whole story arc. I was very lost. Like, I didn't understand, there was like all these different factions coming out of nowhere, and they were all going for power for some reason, and I didn't understand any of it. Like, who were all these people? What were they all trying to accomplish? Like, I didn't understand that. I don't know if it's something I missed. Like, I was trying to pay attention. It's just that show, like I said, it doesn't really know where it's going. Like, you had characters that were unique characters that they just killed off for what seems like for nothing. I mean, and they build them up in like the railgun show, and then you'd see them in this one where they just get killed, and you're like, okay, well, I guess that settles that. They don't have to worry about that problem anymore, or figuring out what they're gonna do with that character. They'll just kill them. But the fight between 1 and 2 was cool, but it happened so fast. That was another thing. Like, it happened so quickly, that fight. I mean, I guess I expected it to last a little longer. Like, I'm used to watching. It's 2 underground teams who cross paths. It seemed like there was more than 2. There was like the school crew or whatever. I can't remember their name. Then there was like those, specifically those people that are supposed to be like, you hire them to kill people. Like, that doesn't really make them a secret underground team that needs to know everything. Like, they're hired guns. If you pay them, then they do their killing for you. Wow, I don't think I'm going to draw this anymore. This is really tough. That's what I get for constantly choosing, like, concepts that are, like, really intense. Alright, let's just try and make this work. I don't think so, Mia. Hey, get out of here. You're driving me nuts, kitty. You keep smacking me every 2 minutes for attention, and it's... I love you like crazy, but I'm not able to focus because of this. That's probably why I'm having so much trouble drawing. Because my cat keeps coming over and smacking me in the side with her claws. Because I normally play with her at this time. And I was like, nope, not this time. This time I'm going to live stream. I'm not going to let my cat dictate my life right now. Regardless of how cute she is. Let's bring that mouth up a little bit, actually. I want her to have a smile on her face. But yeah, let's see. You had the team of, like, the people with the #1 Esper. You had the team of, like, the hired contract killers. You had the team, which was like with the number 2 guy. You had a team that were like, now we're going to show up and deal with this, where they had like a wizard that had eaten one of the pages or fused with one of the pages to the grimoire, or one of the books to the grimoire, which that's pretty big news to like they keep bringing up how powerful and dangerous grimoires are, and this person ate one or fused with one of the books. We don't know what happened to her. We don't know if she died. The guy just said like he's going to fuse with it instead, and then all of a sudden you never hear from him again. And you like what you do, you just see him, he's fine like 2 seconds later. Like I don't understand. Is there something that like I missed, or I keep thinking like I was skipping an episode every time I was watching it because I was like, there's so much missing, and then I'd look and I'm like, no, this is supposed to be here. And I watch after the credits all the time just in case I missed something from that. So I really had a hard time being able to follow that whole like those teams fighting. No, I like the bigger eye. Sorry, my cat keeps smacking me one and it's starting to piss me off. Could you imagine if you're like trying to work and you just get this little smack, smack every 2 seconds? And all I have to do is like seriously play with her for like 5 minutes and then she'd leave me alone for the day. After my live streaming, I'm definitely gonna have to do that. See if I can't fuse the 2 school uniforms together a little. Oh, hold on one moment. I'll be with you in just a sec. And I have to go. Sorry about this. I'll have to complete this another day. Goodbye.